Hey everybody, welcome back. We are on the second floor. This is our second attempt at the second floor. If you will recall, and I'm sure you will, Darren decided first to slice me in the back and then fall into a hole last time. But we are back on track now. We restarted the floor and here we are. So, let's see if we can get a half salve before Darren dies. Now this heavy bever, I'm going to give it to Darren because we're trying to keep him alive. That's going to cover most of his face. He'll probably still get stabbed in the eye and die. But, yeah, our objective before everything went haywire was to find a half salve on this floor to use on Darren so that he doesn't die. Because I don't want to use the full salve on him. And that's because I want to save that for myself, quite frankly. And also, he doesn't need it. Speaking of need, I do need some shoes. There we go. Oh, look at these light cloth leggings. Yeah, I'm going to take these. I mean, we've been giving Darren all this other good stuff. I think it's fair that I get these leggings. He'll probably get stabbed in the leg and die. It's alright. Alright, so to accomplish our objective of keeping Darren alive, I have to basically be extremely aggressive. I have to try to take on every fight by myself, and I have no problem doing that. This is the Armory, by the way. The door is locked. We don't have the key yet, but we will have to come back here once we have it, because there's lots of good stuff there. We just learned security, and I think we're going to work on Maneuvering Armor 2 next. I'm not too concerned about learning the prereq skills for thaumaturgy. We'll be just fine with just a couple of spells for a good while. I'd rather take care of encumbrance and things like that, melee combat stuff, so that is the plan. Now I wonder, yeah, I was going to say, I wonder, is the Bardiche guy right here? Yes, he is. Oh, that was terrible. That was not good. Just trying to kill him before Darren got in here, but doing a very poor job of it. Ooh, ooh. Very nice parry and riposte there. This Bardiche is not anything special. If Darren wants to grab it, fantastic. Alright, we'll give this male shirt to Darren. And these are, now he has equivalent leggings. So that's nice. And I don't remember if he has a jack. He does, but now he has a better arming jack. Alright, so that worked out pretty well. I don't think there's anything else useful in here. Trying to remember, like over here, I don't think there's anything. All right. Let's move on then. So again, we'll have to come back this way once we get the Armory key. But that will take a little bit of time. Alright, I'm just going to run way ahead of Darren here. I think that's a good plan. Now, there should have been, I could have sworn there should have been a zombie around here somewhere. Did I run past him? Was he like hanging out over here and I didn't see him? Could have sworn there should have been a zombie. Alright, I don't know. Right, okay, so we have now learned barrier. And we can't work on barricade yet because we need expansion. Can't work on wave. We can work on kinesis, so we'll do that. And honestly, I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to make barrier my quick spell for right now. Just so it'll, I don't know, it'll make me more likely to use it. You know, having to do the two, I know it seems incredibly lazy, but having to do two keystrokes to activate a spell is a little too much. I prefer one. So we're going to set barrier to that. Now this door is locked, but luckily the key to that door is not far away. Yeah, right. Old parchment, nothing here, just double checking. Yeah, nothing there. Okay, right. So let's run out ahead here. I'm so used to waiting for Darren. I don't want to wait for Darren. Nobody in sight. Whoa, okay. So these two dudes are at odds with one another, but I am a more appetizing target for this zombie. Okay, now they're fighting each other. Darren, there's no reason for you to go running in there. Let them fight. I am absolutely boxing Darren out right here. Alright, now I'm going to knock him over with barrier, and then hit his weapon with my overhead. Come on. Alright. And there's... It's the same stats, but just better condition there for Darren. There you go. Okay, so here's the key, not to the armory, but to that locked door I just mentioned. Another short sword. No, thank you. I could not move there. Couldn't move forward for a second. There we go. Alright, let's go back this way. We have a decent chance of getting something at least somewhat useful in a chest in this room. Alright, that door is unlocked. Alright, let's have something good, huh? Eh, okay. The Warhammer's not bad, and this is actually, okay, it's not bad. Now, it doesn't have as much reach as this one-handed billhook, but I'm gonna get rid of that short sword. I think it's time to swap over to this. Now, we can press F to swap it over to the piercing side. I'm just gonna keep it on the crush damage side for right now, I think. Alright, let's see what we got here. Go ahead and knock him over there. That kind of worked. I still think it's really funny to, whoops. It's really funny when you knock them over with barrier. I don't know why, but it's funny to me. Obviously, it would be much more common to simply use barrier defensively. But if you can bulldoze somebody with it, why not, you know? Alright, we've got all this covered. And heavy padded shirt. Alright. Okay. Now, I kind of had something I want to do here. And that's too far. I wanted to push this dude over to the pit with barrier and knock him into the pit. Just thought that would be funny. But that's going to take too long. I'll probably run out of focus before we get there. Are you still alive? You are still alive. Whoop. That's not going to... It's only did yellow damage, just stamina damage. There we go. Alright. Let's go over here. Alright, another... Man, the short swords are everywhere this run. Doesn't matter, I'm not going to use them. Alright, nothing in that box this time. Every now and again, there will be an upgrade sphere in that box. Every now and again. Alright, Nothing good here. It's nice to see that Darren is apparently happy with the one-handed spear. I like that. I think that's a good weapon choice for him. And another square shield. Light coat. Quilted. We already have better pants here. Now I just obviously just picked this false floor part up here. And would you, oh my, look at that. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to have to give this to Darren. Because again, we've got to keep him alive. That makes me so angry. I want to use that for myself very badly. Alright, Arcurus is better than the old one, that is, that Darren was wearing. So, yeah, so now Darren has this nice breastplate. I mean, he's just, man, he's just getting all the benefits here. And what did he do to earn all of these benefits? He almost got himself killed. So that's great. Incentivizing mediocrity here. That's what we do. Alright, now there's a dude in here with a great axe, I think. Yep. So we need to neutralize this threat. And I didn't do it. And I failed again. Let's try to push him over again. And he somehow blocked that by accident? Come on. This is bad. This is not good. Darren. Oh my. Yep. I was paying attention to Darren. And I took even more red damage because I was paying attention to Darren instead of watching where this axe was going. He was aggroed on Darren, so I thought, okay, is Darren out of the way? Is he too close? And instead of watching myself, I'm watching Darren. And we paid the price. And my hatred of Darren just grows and grows and grows. Alright, let's read that. We've got better options than those. Hey, there's another breastplate. I will take that. That adds a half circle of encumbrance. Not terrible. But I absolutely will start feeling the encumbrance now that we're at 2.5. Alright, anyway, we just picked up the Armory key, so now it is time to go back there. And if I get too far ahead, Darren might, for lack of a better term, get lost. So I gotta wait for him here. I don't know that he gets lost. I don't know. He'll just stop and just stand there. Demotivated, perhaps. Wait for him. There we go. Alright, hopefully we will find some good stuff in the armory. Alright, starting with mace that I don't care about, and a bunch of short swords, and more short swords. No thank you. Boots, don't care. We do want to upgrade Darren's shield. This has impact 3... Encumbrance 3, it looks like it weighs maybe just a tiny bit over half of that. This weighs less. We don't really care about encumbrance for Darren, I don't think, so... This might... I mean, this... I don't even know if it affects the encumbrance technically, but it weighs less. Who knows? Whatever. Alright, let's look at this here. Well made, extremely worn. Yeah, alright, so... I will take this one here. And this should be, let's see, same stats as Darren's, but this one's well made as opposed to mediocre, but it's not in fantastic condition, but whatever. Whatever. Another mace, and then here's another warhammer. So this one has the spike on top. So you have the added thrust here. This one does more crush damage and more pierce damage, so yeah, I'm not even going to bother. And then we've got plate greaves here, and I'm already wearing greaves, and they're quite nice. Now we could upgrade Darren by giving him these, and I guess we will. So now we're going to have to find him some shoes. Or not. Maybe we could just ignore it. Counters. That covers your elbows. Give those to Darren. Basically, as soon as we're able to heal Darren with a half sab, I'm not giving him any more gear. He doesn't deserve it. Right, we've got that. We don't need that helm. These, on the other hand, let me see. Are they the same? Yeah, basically. All right. But these are extremely well made as opposed to very well made. And there's another short spear. I want to see how this compares. Okay, Darren has the better one already. And yeah, we'll go ahead and swap that. And Darren has a mail shirt. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that either. I keep pressing all the wrong keys. This is for me, is what I'm trying to do. And now we have even more encumbrance, so... It's a good thing we're working on Maneuvering in Armor 2 right now, because we're going to need to get rid of some of this encumbrance fairly soon. Alright, what was I wearing? Yeah, okay, so that's a better quality one I just put on. Yep, you guessed it. Another short sword. Hammer. Alright, we're good. Alright, yeah, we found some decent stuff in here. Not bad. Let's head on out. Yeah, this is my top sprinting speed right here, because we're fairly encumbered right now. Waiting for Darren to catch up. And Darren may not be following us. Oh, no, there he is. I still feel like there should have been a zombie in this hallway. Alright, there's some shoes for Darren. The outfit is now complete. Alright, so, moving along. So I think this door is blocked by something on the other side. Yep. Alright, now you look at this place and you're like, wow, there's so much stuff in here. Can't wait to explore all this stuff. No, this is literally the only thing there is to search. Like, there's all... Oh man, look at all this stuff. No, no. There's just that one box. Unless... There's some... No, yeah, there's just that one box. Right, and so this was the stuff that was blocking that door from the other side. Spice holder. Alright. This large pan, by the way, is a pretty decent weapon. If you don't have any better options. And this pan lid can also serve as a buckler, which is, you know, not bad. Did I just see an enemy, or was that Darren's shadow? I guess that was Darren's shadow I saw. I think that's what it was. I don't know. Alright. Nothing good. That's disappointing. Alright. So this is where we're going to end this episode. Thank you, as always, for hanging out, everybody. I appreciate it. Please hit like and subscribe if you would like to, and I will see you all next time.